ఏంటమ్మా ఏం చూస్తున్నారు क्या देख रहे हैं हेयर ट्रांसप्लांटेशन करवा दिया ना. I did my hair transplantation 1 year 3 months before. 3 months? Almost 3 months. So 1 year 3 months before I did my hair transplantation. This video is all about the good, the bad, and what you should consider. I did a detailed video on the surgery experience and what went through, how I ended up with the clinic. In case if you want to just watch that video, I will make sure that the video link in the description below. हमारा channel में generally 3 languages use చేస్తాం కదా. We use 3 languages on our channel, but for the sake of this video, for everyone to understand the flow of the video, I'll make sure that I just talk everything in English. Having said that, this is going to be something which you guys asked me in terms of the questions and also my long-term experience as well. First and foremost question we ask ourselves, and also most of you guys will ask me as well. Are you happy with the result? Absolutely yes, resounding yes. Absolutely, like how my look has transformed. If you guys are following me since quite some time, you guys already know the slight transformation. It also boosts the confidence a bit as well. So I'm 100% happy with the result, but we'll talk about few shortcomings at the end of the video. Stay tuned. So that is the positive number one. And number two, many of you guys asked, are you still taking medication? And if yes, what are the medications you are taking? Are you continuing the finasteride or maybe the minoxidil? I'm using a solution called Brintox solution, which I apply every night before sleeping with a gentle massage. That does have the normal minoxidil of 5% and 0.1% of the finasteride in a very minute quantity. I'm still using that, but in terms of any other medicines, the normal Folly Hair, which is a biotin multivitamin supplement, I'm just using that. That's it. I'm not using anything else, particularly for the hair. So that's it for the medication. And the question number 3, you guys asked me, like, how many times you have visited the clinic? I visited only twice after my surgery. Like after that I haven't. It's recommended actually to go to the clinic, get checked the hair density and everything. In case if you are having any hair fall, or in case if your hair is thinning, they would suggest the best practice. So always an ideal option, go to the clinic, visit your doctor and get a proper consultation done. For me, I couldn't, because of lack of time and because the clinic is almost like 1.5 hours from my place. I couldn't go, but everything has been managed over the call. The question number 4, are you facing any hair fall with the transplanted hair and also with the hair which was existing and which is also existing now, and it will exist hopefully? So the answer I would divide into 2 parts. One, about the transplanted hair. The transplanted hair is this. I just combed it upwards so that you guys can have a clear look about like how the transplantation went and everything. So the hair here at this particular areas, at this areas, I went for these areas, even though like we went for fewer grafts in order to look natural. That retained almost like a 50%. 50% उतना ज़्यादा नहीं है at both these temple areas, whatever the areas which we went downwards. So in that area, how much ever you do also, it will be slightly on the thinner side. That's what I felt. Whether I would not say hair fall, but पूरा hair आ गया at the start, and after that like it retained like 50 to 60%. But the other area, of course, like hair fall, it would be there. It's a normal hair, right? It would fall and obviously it would come back more often than not. That's number 1. And what about the existing hair? Existing hair उतना strong नहीं होता है. Obviously it will not be that strong, right? Obviously I may need another hair transplant if it is a heavy hair fall that continues for like 3 or 4 years for the other area where the hair is not transplanted, so that it looks even. But as of now, everything has been good and I'm not facing much hair fall. That's the answer for this particular question. Question number 5 or 6, I lost the count. आप count करो, adjust చేసుకోండి అమ్మా. So the question number 6 you guys ask me a lot is, can you do any hairstyle whatever you want? Yes, obviously it's your hair that's been taken from your donor area and has been transplanted here. So obviously you can do any hairstyle whatever you want. ఒక్క కండిషన్ ఏంటంటే, just I would keep a disclaimer అనమాట. It depends on how the angular placement of the particular hair, particularly at this sides area, how it's been done precisely by the surgeon. That also is one of the, what do you say, factor that affects that. But more or less you can do almost any hairstyle whatever you want. Hairstyle gurinchi, whoever do not have hair, ask us the importance of the hairstyle. Obviously like normally hair kam hai, to if you have less hair, what we do, we try to adjust and cover it to the maximum area possible. But when you actually have the hair, so that there is no need to focus on just covering it up, then you actually focus on the hairstyle. So obviously you can do a hairstyle like I just did this side part right now. I do it the middle part as well, I mean the side middles. So obviously you will love it. And in case if you're wondering what's the clinic I went, it's New Roots clinic in Hyderabad. This is not a sponsored video. Just make sure that you go out, explore the clinics, clarify your questions, whatever comes on your mind, even if it is a dumb question, naive question, just go ask them, get your doubts clarified, and then choose a clinic wisely and also bargain for the price. For me, per graft, I bargained to 35 to 38 rupees. I'm not sure of the exact price, maybe somewhere at that particular price point. And I went for 4,000 grafts. Please watch my previous video to see all the footage or maybe at least the pictures. So that's for the positives. For the negatives, I would not say much of negatives, at least for me. I am lucky. I'm not saying that each and every person experience, whoever is watching this video and whoever have undergone transplantation, it would be the same. And even for me also, you never know. Hair is something like today it's there, we are happy. You never know tomorrow or maybe 2025. पता नहीं ये stay करता है नहीं करता है. That is not in our hands. So don't think too much about the negatives, what I would say. And also when you're going for surgery, also for hair transplantation, go with the open mind. If you get hair after transplantation, 200% happy. If you don't get, obviously पहले भी नहीं है ना, previously also it's not there. So just be okay. Don't get disappointed. Don't get demotivated. So go with a neutral mind and be very happy when you're going for the hair transplantation because you are giving it a try. Try. That's important. So that's number one. And number two, in terms of the medications, any side effects you observed on a long-term basis. Because you are using minoxidil and also the finasteride, particularly for minoxidil, some sort of unwanted effects you would be encountering every now and then. One, at the very start when I started using, one thing I observed is the dandruff. Right now, abhi nahi hai. But in the very first few months, 1 or 2 months, that itching and dandruff would be there, at least for 1.5 months. At least for me, it was there. Not necessarily that it should be there for each and everyone who is using minoxidil, and use it in only prescribed quantities. Don't use. If you pour more and do massage, you will not get more hair. So use only in the prescribed quantity the minoxidil. And the unwanted side effects, obviously with minoxidil, at unwanted areas, like you would get slightly more hair growth, but not by much. On a long-term basis, yeah, that's negligible, and that again differs from person to person. And for the medications, don't go with anything which has been shown or said in this particular video, because for each and every person it varies. So always consult a doctor and use those medications only. That's why I'm not showing the medication sheet in this particular video, because no one should take a cue directly blindly following this video and use that medication and thinking that results would appear, because it varies from person to person. So get that consulted. So go to your doctor, get consultation done, and then start using medications. Or at least, in case if you do not have time just like me, at least try for online consultation. Call to the clinic after the transplantation. Obviously before transplantation call karte, so who will answer? They will say, come to our clinic, we will explain everything. So this YouTube, that's for that. And also the other negative which I mentioned earlier, side areas, like at least for me, itna zyada to nahi aa gaya, these side areas which has been transplanted. So that's something you need to just be okay with it. Would the hair look the same, nice and trim every single day after transplantation? Obviously not, because the transplanted hair, wherever it has been transplanted, for me the frontal transplantation was dense, right? So obviously if you don't have a proper haircut, or if you don't maintain it every now and then, it will not look that great every single time. That's something you need to consider. So obviously you need to maintain it, you need to have a proper haircut, you need to understand that your hair at the other portions would not be as dense as the portion that has been transplanted. So make sure that you get your haircut done properly. Obviously the hair would be taken from the donor area on the back side. Right now if you see the donor area, you can't see anything where the hair has been taken from. But if you go very ultra short during the haircut, obviously those patches might be visible depending on how thick your donor area is. So make sure that you don't go for that buzz cut or super fade in case more drafts has been taken from your donor area. That's number one. And also number two, as I mentioned, that haircut, be very particular that how you want your hairstyle to look like depending on the different densities of the hair on your scalp. The transplanted hair might be dense or other hair might be less, or maybe the vice versa. So choose accordingly. That I would not consider as negative, but something of the maintenance and having that clear sharp look each and every day. Obviously you should not expect even people with hair also every single day. Obviously everyone would not look sharp, right? So that's something you should not consider as negative. So I couldn't find anything else other than this particular option. This is a random impromptu video what I remembered the questions you guys asked me. So this is not a promotion for any clinic. This is not a promotion that you have to go for hair transplantation. Nothing. This is for the video, my audience, whoever is asking me the questions. I thought that I would make a detailed video where I'm explaining each and everything rather than just pinning the comments or maybe just replying to the comments. I thought that thoda sa helpful hota hai. I'm not sure that whether it is helpful or not. If it is helpful, don't forget to just type that below that this video is helpful or like what helped you in this particular video. And this is not a routine fashion video. In case if you came here for fashion, I am pretty much sure that you will not stay till this point. In case if you stay till this point, I'm pretty much sure that this video would have helped you. Don't forget to click the like down below and also subscribe to this channel for more awesome content like this. I would not say that because each and every video will not be on hair transplantation, but whenever I post an update, you will get that. Rest of the content is a fashion content. That's it from me. See you next time.